This crucial World Cup showdown between Australia and Serbia is coming next. So it's Australia versus Serbia, and it is a critical match in Group D. Australia still in with a shout of qualifying themselves, and they might not have thought that. They make 3 changes from the Ghana game. Goalscorer Holman drops to the bench, while Kewell and Craig Morris are both suspended. At least Tim Cahill's back from his ban. Beecham and Kennedy are also drafted in. Serbia make 2 changes in the win over Germany. Lukovic returns from suspension. Obradovic also comes in to a defence that includes Ivanovic and Vidic from the Premier League. So it will be Serbia to get us started in what is a very intriguing group, Craig.
Very much so. The team has a chance still, especially Serbia, you would imagine. There might be a result, probably will be a result that will go their way in the Ghana-Germany game.
Just waiting for the seconds to tick round to the exact kick-off time, and we are up and running. There is a scenario, of course, where Serbia could still win the group and face England in the second round. It's also a scenario that could see Germany going home. So it's going to be a fascinating evening, both here in Nelspruit and at Soccer City in Johannesburg, where Germany face Ghana. Australia, after the opening round of matches, probably the poorest team, and they've made an early error here, but Zigic is unable to feed Krasic. Lucas Neal, the captain of Australia. Here's Jovanovic, who scored the winner against Germany and who has been linked with a move to Liverpool. Whether the departure of Rafa Benitez changes that remains to be seen. Luke Wiltshire, once of Middlesbrough and Bristol City. Here's Krasic, who seems destined for a big move, possibly to Italy. Krasic making very good progress here. Valeri comes away with the ball, but Krasic was definitely looking for something then.
You know, he was down the outside there, and I don't know why he went to ground so easy. No doubt he felt a little bit of contact from the arm, but straight to floor, and he couldn't wait to look around and see what the ref had given, and the answer was nothing. So it was a poor attempt there from Krasic, who, as you mentioned, has looked good in this tournament.
Yes, he's currently with CSKA Moscow, but maybe not for long. A rather delayed whistle gives Serbia a free kick. Serbia, who bafflingly have given away 2 penalties in their previous 2 games, both for bizarre handballs in the box. Here's Mark Bresciano. Valeri and Kalina, the two holding midfielders. Michael Beecham now coming into the defence in the absence of the suspended Craig Moore. Harry Kewell also banned after his handball on the line against Ghana. Emerton now for Cahill. Cahill sent off in the opening game, so available for this one. Australia really do need to think about keeping 11 men on the field for a change. Kuzmanovic, guilty of the handball in the Ghana game. Vidic, guilty of the handball in the next game against Germany. Lukovic, who had to sit out that game against Germany through suspension after he was given a red card in the opener. Both these teams have suffered disciplinary-wise in the World Cup so far. Kuzmanovic, Krasic moves away from Carney. Wiltshire able to glide that back to Schwarzer.
Well, the early possession from the Serbs, technically very good on the ball. I would imagine we'll have the lion's share of possession in this game. And the Australians, it's been apparent, have lacked any real pace at the back, certainly in the central area of their defence, but Jiggett's up front. He's not exactly a player that's going to run in behind, more obviously more of a target man at 6'8".
Here's Jason Kalina. Now Luke Wiltshire. Beecham. Bresciano. And again. Kennedy waiting for the cross, but it's turned away by Vidic. Carney. Here's Valeri. Krasic now providing an outlet for the Serbs. Ninkovic darting through the middle, and Žigić not far away either. It's Krasic forcing Schwarzer into action.
Well, he's never going to be beaten at that near post, Matt Schwarzer, but this is a very similar position for Krasic, where he went down looking for a penalty very early in the game. This time he makes the right decision to stay on his feet. He is going to be a problem for Carney, the full-back, no doubt about that. He's very direct.
A positive start from Serbia, but not a great corner, and we've seen a few of those in this tournament.
Yeah, the set pieces in the tournament have been pretty disappointing up to now. Some are blaming the ball, not sure about that. I've seen a lot of free kicks, been hit high and wide, and a lot hitting the wall. This is the early one where he broke down that side. There's a little pull on the shirt. It's a bit daft, and that's a dive. Should have been a booking.
Serbia playing in their first World Cup as an independent nation. It was Serbia and Montenegro 4 years ago in Germany, and they lost all of their games and soon returned home and soon went their different ways. Here's Nemanja Vidic. Krasic. Carney wins it that time, but it looks like he might have his work cut out tonight, David Carney, against Krasic. Kalina. Wiltshire. Beecham. Kalina. Wiltshire.
Australia as well have the option of hitting the long ball to Kennedy, who's well over 6 foot as well, and of course that would allow Tim Cahill to get up and support and pick up any pieces around the box, which of course anyone who watches it knows is excellent at that. So you think Cahill will be the big threat for Serbia tonight?
Yes, he was a very isolated figure against Germany on his own up front, and Tim Verbeek took a lot of stick for his tactics on that occasion. Pimbacil was one of the headlines back home in Australia.
Of course, he did play that role for Everton, but it was purely down to the fact that they didn't have any strikers fit, and they did it very well. But he is much better than Tim Cahill when he is coming from a little bit deeper. But another chance for Serbia. The first corner was very poor from this side earlier. Let's see if we can do any better.
Another set-piece scenario. Australia, though, not too troubled. Obradovic. Header off target.
Half decent ball in. Very difficult to score from that distance when it's just behind you. And this is the corner, a lot of pulling, a lot of grappling in the box. I haven't really seen the referees do anything about it so far in this competition, but it certainly has been going on.
Kalina. Emerton. Here's Lucas Neal. Carl Valeri. Kalina. Wiltshire. Josh Kennedy. Cahill. This could be promising for the Aussies. Ninkovic, though, shrugging off Wiltshire and securing a free kick. There have, astonishingly, been 6 red cards in the last 3 World Cup games involving Australia. Vidic. Krasic. Rather casual, and Kennedy intervenes. Valeri. Jason Kalina now for Brett Emerton. Familiar face from Blackburn Rovers. Lucas Neal, who only spent a few months at Everton before David Moyes offloaded him to Galatasaray. Valeri, Bresciano holds off attention from Vidic, and now Carney's cross. Emerton was getting ready to strike that, but Obradovic turned it away.
Well, it kept him honest at the back at least. A bit better play from Australia. 3 men in the box, including the danger man Tim Cahill lurking there.
So an opportunity here for Australia, and it'll be Luke Wiltshire to take this corner for them. No takers. Carney returns it. Bresciano's effort is blocked. Serbia could be away here with Ninkovic. Can he slip Krasic in? He can! It's Krasic! And he has wasted it.
Well, he should score. I mean, he's got the pace to get in behind the defence. The ball just sent him a little bit wide, and Schwarzer had committed himself. They can't, Australia, leave themselves so bare at the back when they've got set pieces. He's onside, no doubt about it. And just the hand there from Schwarzer put a little bit of panic into Krasic. But he's already around him, and the goal's gaping. That should have been the opener.
It's a bad miss from Krasic.
It's a big warning for Australia that when they're attacking, they can't leave the back door open.
Wiltshire. Tim Cahill making contact. Rather painfully so, by the look of it. Distraught after his red card in that opening game against Germany. Eager to do his bit for his country tonight.
Well, they didn't have to rush this, Krasic. I mean, he had a bit more time than I think he thought. The Antics frustrated with that.
Krasic, quick free kick. Zigic has got himself into the box. It's spun off Carney. Dispatched by Lucas Neal. Ivanovic of Chelsea. Kuzmanovic kept it in. Carney has to deal with it. Bresciano now. Free kick for Bresciano. Kuzmanovic the offender. Mark Bresciano, who plays in Italy with Palermo. Spent over a decade in that country. Valeri. Horribly wayward from Carl Valeri. There is Tim Verbeek, who's moving on to pastures new at the end of the World Cup anyway. He's going to become the technical director of the Moroccan FA. And Radi Antic, who scored that famous goal for Luton Town back in 1983 at Main Road, Manchester, that had David Pleat dancing across the pitch. Zigic. Ivanovic. Nearly, but not quite for Ivanovic.
I've tried to hit that diagonal now a couple of times. Hasn't quite come off. Poor touch in the end. Ivanovic. He has got a pretty tidy left foot.
Ivanovic was Serbia's top scorer in the qualifiers. 5 goals in 8 matches, a very decent return. And one in the World Cup already. It's a foul on Ninkovic by Brett Emerton. As usual, a rather loud noise at these World Cup games, becoming very familiar now. Sometimes that drowns out the natural crowd noise. An opinion very much divided on it.
The French team were actually getting booed yesterday in a match against South Africa, but I don't think they knew much about it. Couldn't hear it for the Vuvuzelas.
Here is Kuzmanovic. And it's wide, but Australia almost in bother again.
And again, it's that diagonal ball. This time it's from left to right. A much better one this time. Good width from Serbia again. It's a lovely first touch. And he just takes an extra touch there, Kuzmanovic. I think once he gets his first one out his feet, he's got an opportunity to strike it. As soon as he takes the second one, he's just under a little bit more pressure. They certainly look a bigger threat than Australia.
Germany-Ghana ends in a draw and Serbia win this. Serbia would top the group, and that scenario cannot be deemed unlikely. David Carney, who was once in the same Everton youth team as Wayne Rooney. Serbia advancing again. Jovanovic. It's a very decent cross, especially with Zigic in there, but Lucas Neal close to him.
Well, I don't think he made the most of that, Zigic. 6'8", it's into a perfect area. He's sort of meandering into the box at the moment. Now when it's delivered, he's got to get across Lucas Neal there. Somebody with his size, he doesn't even make a challenge on him. He's really got to get ahead of the defender and across him there and make a dive for that.
Yes, his World Cup hasn't really come alive yet. Zigic.
Sort of on his heels there, that's his bread and butter. It's a very, very good ball into him.
Lukovic is going to be first to receive a yellow card. And it was he who was sent off in Serbia's opening game.
And so comes the one on Wilkshire. Difficult decision for the referee.
Serbia do have 6 players, a yellow card away from missing the second round match if they make it through. 4 of them starting tonight. Wilkshire floats it in towards Kennedy. The referee blows up. Jorge Ariondo from Uruguay, the man in charge in Nelsbury.
Just a little arm on Vidic's shoulder. Vidic just catches him with a forearm as well. Wasn't a great deal in it.
Helped on by Ninkovic, and here is Jovanovic now. Tickled off his toes by Beecham. Free kick now for Australia. We reached the second round in the last World Cup when they lost to Italy. Bresciano. Away by Lukovic. Everton of Blackburn winning his 75th cap for Australia tonight. It's aimed unsurprisingly towards Kennedy. And it's come off Lukovic. Or has it come off Kennedy? That is a corner. Australia started so well against Ghana, taking the lead early on. But Harry Kewell's red card changed the picture in that game considerably. It's Bresciano towards Kennedy, but away by Jovanovic.
It was a good idea, actually, just taking that shot, one changing the angle, and Kennedy just span right round the back, obviously trying to get him in round the back post. Well defended in the end.
Serbia quick to threaten again though. Jovanovic now, supported by Obradovic. Australia do have one of the oldest squads in the tournament. In fact, the only 2 countries with a higher average age in their squad are Brazil and England. Here's Dejan Stankovic. Ivanovic, first time. Here's Kalina. Wilkshire. Ninkovic. Stankovic. Ivanovic decides to go back to Nemanja Vidic. Lukovic, who plays in Italy with Udinese. Obradovic. Ninkovic. Vidic. Krasic now. Kuzmanovic. And Ivanovic is lurking in here. And Schwarzer with a fine save.
Well, great save. Great run from Ivanovic, the full-back. There's a lovely little ball dinked into him as well, and controlled it excellently. He's gone for the angle, and it's that right arm of Matt Schwarzer. He stayed big, but it really should have been a goal again. There's a couple they should have had, Serbia. And again, they let Australia off the hook. They're not picking up the runners. They're coming from midfield and wide. They're getting in behind.
Schwartz, such a consistent Premier League performer. Being kept busy by Serbia.
If he keeps it low, Ivanovic, he scores. It just got a bit of height on that volley there, and that allowed that big right arm of Schwarzer just to claw that away. Really saved Australia there.
Obradovic. Stankovic. Ivanovic did well to pop up in the box in the first place. Kuzmanovic now for Krasic. Kuzmanovic. Luke Wiltshire gets a touch on that. Antic will be hoping his side can be a little more clinical in front of goal. Stankovic. He's given Vidic some work to do there, and he won't get there. That was unusual from the Serbian skipper.
Well, he's hugely experienced, isn't he? This is a look at this run again from Ivanovic to full-back. Lovely control in his chest, and that's a great save from Schwarzer. I mean, it really is. Australia, well, could have been a couple of goals down at this moment in time, so they're living life dangerously at the moment. Serbians far more comfortable in possession.
Kuzmanovic. Krasic outside of him. Krasic. Oops, almost forgot to take the ball with him. Ivanovic. Stankovic. Lukovic. Krasic. It's disappeared onto the top of Mark Schwartz's net. The Aussies are out in force, cheering on the Socceroos.
Getting a bit of stick down that side, Krasic, from the Aussie fans, and that's for his dive early in the game.
It's party time in Nelspruit tonight. Party time at most of the arenas in South Africa. Lucas Neal. Michael Beecham called upon in the absence of the suspended Craig Moore. Kalina now. First time by Wiltshire, and a foul by Josh Kennedy. He thinks he's getting the free kick, but he's not. Well, it's 0-0 here, and it's still 0-0 at Soccer City in Johannesburg, where Germany are facing Ghana. So it's as you were in the group at the moment. As it stands, Ghana would be topping the group, with Germany runners-up and Serbia going home. But these things can change quickly. It's Ghana against England at the moment. Serbia certainly looking the more likely here. And they could yet find a way to the top of the group. Tense times, Soccer City, and here in Nelspruit. Dejan Stankovic. He's gone for it, but Schwarzer right behind that.
Well, they hit the target. That's about all you can say about it. It was a long way out. It was extremely ambitious.
Ivanovic. If Germany were to lose tonight, Australia could still make it through to the second round. It's going to be a big ask for them, though, to overcome this Serbian side, especially on the evidence of what we've seen so far.
Well, they've got the extra man in midfield. Serbia, they've got 3 in there against Australia's 2 there, playing with a more traditional formation with 2 wide guys and 2 central midfielders. He's offside there. So Australia find it difficult when they get the ball to get it into midfield and get any sort of pattern to the play. And when Serbia get it, they're using that extra man to good effect. That's the yard offside, just goes a bit earlier. Kuchin just steps up.
Lukovic for Obradovic. Vidic, Manchester United. Next to Ivanovic of Chelsea in the Serbian defence. And here is Ivanovic. In towards Zigic, presumably, although it didn't get too near him. Ivanovic, Ninkovic. And offside against Zigic.
Yeah, a bit tight again. Dangerous ploy with no pressure on the ball. We've got to sit somebody on Dejan Stankovic, the number 10 for Serbia, the skipper. He's the one that everything's going through at the moment. So either Cahill or Kennedy, I imagine Cahill has to make sure that when they're in possession he drops back on them.
Half an hour played, 0-0 between Australia and Serbia. Got a throw here for Lucas Neal. Potential to go long towards Beecham and Kennedy. Tim Verbeek does have experience of World Cups. He was assistant to Gus Hiddink in South Korea 2002 and to Tikapakat as well, for the same country at the last World Cup. Ivanovic, Ninkovic, shrugging off Wiltshire. Ivanovic, Milos Krasic, Kuzmanovic outside of him. Krasic will use him. Kuzmanovic for Stankovic. Josh Kennedy looks forlornly for a free kick that was never looking too likely. Ninkovic. Kennedy pounces on that. Emerton now. Bresciano. There's a couple waiting in there, including Cahill, of course. And how many times have we seen him score goals like that?
Well, it's just unbelievable the amount of times that this fella wins headers against defenders. You know, a lot taller than him. But he's got such a great leap. He gets up early, and again he wins it. Two defenders have a bit of a conversation about who should have been picking him up, but that's where he makes his name. Quick guide it on target, but when the ball's into the box, Cahill will make himself available, he will make runs, and more often than not, he wins the headers.
20 goals in 42 games for his country, Tim Cahill.
It's a great return, isn't it? That it's an unbelievable return from a player. Certainly at international level. I know they don't always play the strongest of sides, so it's...
they play a few islands now and again, don't they?
Yeah, so sometimes can give you a false reading, but I don't think so with that fella.
Krasic. Ivanovic now. Ninkovic had advanced, so it had to be dealt with by Lucas Neal.
Yeah, I think Neal got a shout there from Swatzer. Just a late shout that Ninkovic was behind him. And I was just saying that, but it's good talking he's saying.
Ivanovic with the throw. Away by Neal. Ninkovic. Zigic. Stankovic. Zigic! Not having the best of times at this World Cup.
Well, they might have found a 6'8" striker that's not very good at heading the ball, but in the early days, yeah, it certainly just clears Lucas Neal, and that may just put him off. It's a lovely ball in from Ivanovic, whipped into a good area, and well, he doesn't see it that late. It's a poor finish. That is a really, really poor finish, and once again, Australia off the hook.
Birmingham signed in for a cut price, $6 million from Valencia. Did score at the last World Cup. Will struggle to make an impact at this one. Wiltshire. Antic took over a couple of weeks before Serbia started their World Cup qualifiers. But they ended up top of the group, 1 point ahead of the French.
I think the only frustration for him is that the side are doing everything but put it in the back of the net. Their build-up play, their ball retention, their passing, and the moving's been excellent. But they really should have had 2 or 3 goals by now, and they may rue that.
Vidic. Ivanovic. Vidic again. Obradovic with the throw. Ninkovic now. Everton furious that free kick has been given in Ivanovic's favour. Inside the last 10 minutes of the first half. No goals yet, but Serbia have had the best chances, and they might get another one here. Stankovic. Ninkovic. Cristiano chasing this, but Stankovic secures a free kick. Dejan Stankovic played in the 1998 World Cup as a 19-year-old and captained Serbia and Montenegro at the last World Cup. Ivanovic. Zigic. Obradovic. Stankovic. Now Vidic. Ivanovic. Gets it back from Kuzmanovic. Ninkovic. Stankovic. Quick switch to Jovanovic, who moves away from Wiltshire and slips it through here for Krasic, but the flag is up and it won't count.
Well, it was a lovely little ball again for the diagonal run, but he just goes a little bit early again, and Australia just holding that line on the edge of the box. As he comes inside here, you can see it's a good decision, just a yard. Lovely with a little ball, great idea. Perfect pace on the pass. Good decision.
Krasic so frustrated, but he had clearly strayed. Ninkovic. It's a neat ball for Kuzmanovic, although he does have Beecham harassing him. Wiltshire gets involved as well. Given away by Emerton. Jovanovic now. Blocked by Kalina. Bresciano. Tim Cahill. Carney advancing down the left flank. Cahill will use him. And Cahill again. Emerton. Kennedy. And Serbia rather relieved to concede a corner after Ivanovic popped it over his own bar.
Little moments in the game, they have a little bit of pressure, Australia, they look dangerous. It's not all the time, it's not concerted pressure, it's just little sporadic times. They go forward and get balls into the box, and it was almost on a plate when it was cut back to Cahill the first time round.
Bresciano's corner is going to clear everybody. The longer the night goes on, the more tense it becomes. Goalless in both games in this group. Germany, Ghana, Australia, Serbia. Just over 5 minutes left in the first half. Stankovic. Lukovic. Here's Obradovic. Josh Kennedy. Vladimir Stojkovic in goal for Serbia, who was at Wigan last season. Didn't look overly impressive in the fleeting outings he got with them.
He looked a bit gaff-prone to me at Wigan. He's been okay as far as I'm aware in this competition so far. Hasn't certainly been under any real pressure today. Tonight, so far.
Nemanja Vidic. Ivanovic. Stankovic, the heartbeat of the side. Vidic. Krasic for Stankovic. Bresciano. Stopped by Ninkovic. Now Stankovic. Ivanovic. Serbia threatening again as the half draws to a close. Carney calm though. Schwarzer can collect.
Well, again, it was a decent ball in. Jigic had made the run across the near post, but there were no midfielders getting into the back.
Ivanovic grappling with Carney, and then with Emerton, and it's a useful free kick for Serbia here, much to Australia's dismay.
He knows what he's doing here. Ivanovic, he's got us in front of Emerton. Gets his body in there. A little clip on the back of the calf, and down he goes. And a chance to put the Aussies under pressure at the back.
So an anxious moment here for Mark Schwarzer. A promising situation this for Serbia. Close to nothing though. Vidic still up there. And Serbia could be caught short with Kennedy held up by Stankovic. In fact, is going to be brought back for the free kick. If we waited to see if there might have been any advantage for Australia. Two minutes of the first half remaining here. Australia looking to end the half on a high.
I think Kennedy just took that away from Cahill there, round the back. Certainly looks like it's going to be their best way of getting on the score sheet, Australia, from a set piece, from a ball into the box. And he'll know that he's a little bit lucky coming up to half-time, that Radiantic's side should have really had themselves a couple of goals.
Into the last minute of the 45 in Millsbrae. Ivanovic, Ninkovic, Obradovic,
The difference between the sides at the moment when in possession is that Serbia always have an option. There's always a pass, there's always a player moving into space, where when Australia get it, everything seems a little bit more rushed, a little bit more pressured. Great ball. Yeah, it's one of the poorer ones, but they certainly have been very efficient, Serbia, in this first half. They just lacked that little bit of composure in front of goal. It's the only thing that's been missing.
.60 seconds of stoppage time at the end of this first half. Kennedy, Emerton, Tim Cahill. Emerton's cross towards Kennedy. It's collected by Stojkovic, who's had a very quiet half.
Yeah, he's just not trying to score here, Kennedy. He's trying to nod it down for Bresciano. Quite come off. But 0-0, they're still very much in this game, Australia. No doubt about that.
As far as the first half is concerned in Millsbrae, no goals. Talksport has been the busier of the two keepers by far. Serbia started brightly and positively. Krasic certainly looked like he was in the mood, and may well be again in the second half, because Serbia know that if the other game is drawn, there's a big opportunity for them here to win this group. But Australia still have a slight chance themselves of sneaking into the second round. There is so much to play for on this night in the final two group games from Group D, and of course whoever wins the group plays England. Half-time here, it's Australia 0, Serbia 0.
The whistle goes for the start of the second half from Mr. Lorionda, the Uruguayan referee. So we're underway then for the second period of the game. Just a reminder that Serbia are in red shirts, blue shorts and white socks, and they're attacking the goal to our right-hand side. Australia in their yellow and green shirts with green shorts and yellow socks, and a bit of a collision there, shall we say, between Cahill and Vidic. And Cahill wants to pick Vidic up, and Vidic is refusing the offer to get up. And that's interesting, because exactly the same sort of clash occurred in the first half, when on that occasion Cahill came off worst.
Yeah, Vidic has left his elbow on him in the first half from a free kick, and they're all over each other there. And Cahill's gone and grabbed him, and you know, it must be about 6 inches difference in height there. And Vidic said he wasn't getting up, and he's grabbed him by both hands and dragged him up.
Has the free kick driven in and cleared behind by Zigic, back doing some defending, the big Serbia centre-half, turns it behind for an Australia corner. This is exactly what Cahill does at club level, you know. He causes problems, he irritates defenders, and he forces them into errors perhaps and committing fouls in dangerous positions. Corner taken short this time whacked away by Zigic, right-footed, almost to the halfway line where Emerton controls it.
And he's a brave lad as well, you know, he puts his head in where others don't, and he backs in quite well against bigger men, and he does, as I say, does cause mayhem.
Ball into the edge of the Serbia area, they boot it long downfield. Knocked back by Australia, but in the end brought down by Stankovic. He knocks it over on the left-hand side of the field to Obradovic, goes out of play, and that'll be a Serbia throw on the far side of the field.
Thought Australia could have done more with the free kick. It was in a good position, wasn't it? And Bresciano's come in and half had a shot. I mean, it wasn't the greatest shot in the world, and it was been easily blocked for by the Serbian team.
Ball being chased, but I think the flag was up for offside against Jovanovic anyway. Indeed it was, so it's going to be a free kick to Australia over on the far side, which is their right-hand side.
Interesting how they play, isn't it? I mean, you know, Serbia play with Jovanovic and Krasnic really out wide. They do really give the team width. You know, their five-man field gives the team width, whereas Australia's five-man midfield is very narrow, with Cahill in behind Kennedy, supporting him and looking to get forward, getting things off him. Two different ways of playing a five-man midfield.
And Emerton has started on the left side, and he's involved in this attack. Flick on coming from Kennedy. Couldn't direct it towards either Bresciano or Cahill, who are waiting for it to his left-hand side. But the goalkeeper takes it, and Stojkovic throws it out. And he's thrown it out quickly on the far side of the field. And Obradovic plays the ball down that far side. Looked like a foul, but the referee has said play on. It was Beecham that fouled over there. There's still a Serbia player down. Here's Krasic on the right-hand side now, taking on Carney. Lifts the ball into the danger area. Just doesn't fall for a red shirt, and in the end scrambled or half scrambled away. But the referee deeming there was a foul there by Zigic as it was knocked back in towards the edge of the area. And the yellow card is being shown to Beecham. Good piece of refereeing there, because there was a clear foul by Beecham as that move was building up over on the far side.
Very good play by the referee. I mean, it was a crunching tackle by Beecham. Deserved the foul. Deserved to give the booking and a foul getting away. But the referee saw that Serbia had momentum, had the ball still, allowed him to play on. The ball's gone wide to Krasic, who's crossed another decent cross into the box. And when the play stopped, the referee's gone back and booked Beecham, and rightly so.
The ball is with Zigic in the centre circle for Serbia. Plays it right side to him, to Kuzmanovic. Krasic is wide, even further on the right-hand side. Again, taking on Carney, trying to get round him, lifts the ball over into the middle. It bounces once, in fact, in the penalty area, and it's just kept in over on the far side of the field. So they're trying to work something from the left-hand side, and that looked a foul there, and a clear one as well by Wiltshire. So that's going to be another yellow card, and Wiltshire there gets yellow. So 2 yellow cards for Australia within a minute, right at the start of this second half. Not much doubt about that one either.
Good skills by Ninkovic. I mean, he's left him for dead, tricked him all ends up, and Wiltshire's brought him down. I remember Wiltshire playing for Bristol City, wasn't he?
That's right, yes, 3 years at Bristol City.
Yeah. And Middlesbrough for a little bit as well, I think, wasn't he?
Say again, sorry, Louis?
He was in Middlesbrough as well.
Yes, he was. Yes, for a short period at Middlesbrough. That's right. Here's the free kick, lifted in again. Out comes Schwartzman, gets a good punch on it as well. Carney chases, but it's won back by Serbia. Stankovic lifts it long forward again, but that's beyond everybody. Bounces once, goes over the line, and that'll be a goal kick to Australia. So Stankovic, the skipper, just overhitting that one. He's won 5 Serie A titles, Dejan Stankovic, with Lazio and with Inter Milan. Played in the finals in 1998 for Yugoslavia, as Laurie said before, and for Serbia Montenegro in 2006 as well.
Decent career, isn't he?
Not bad, is it? Not bad at all. Here's Emerton, now in a more central position for Australia. Knocks it to the right back, and Wiltshire plays it forward. Flicked on by Kennedy, a good flick on. Shot coming in from Cahill. I suppose it was worth a go. There was nobody in front of him. He was a long way out. Had he got it right, he might well have tested Stojkovic, but he didn't. It sliced away off his right foot and went wide of Stojkovic's goal to the left-hand side of the target.
Yeah, Kennedy's got up well there, straight directly to him, and it's one of those ones that was sitting up waiting to be cracked at, wasn't it? and he's sort of fallen away from it as he's hit it, and it's spun away from the goal rather than on target.
Serbia have got it again. It's in the Australia half of the field. Still goalless then. We've had 6 minutes of the second half. Was there a pull there by Cahill? Yes, there was, and so that's going to be a free kick to... It wasn't, in fact, Cahill. It was Valeri that did the fouling in that instance. So that's going to be a free kick to Serbia. And it's played back by Ivanovic to Vidic. Deep in his own half of the field. You're listening to Australia-Serbia on Talksport with Mars. Work, rest, play for England. And the bursting through the middle of the ball given away, but a foul by Kennedy there as one of the two centre-halves, in that case Lukovic, went forward and was quite clearly fouled there. He was suspended for the game against Germany, plays for Udinese in Italy. They've taken it quickly, Serbia, just outside the Australia penalty area, now a bit deeper, then played away to the left-hand side of the field, but poor control that time on that far side, and the ball knocked out of play, and Wilkshire's just got a bit of a tap on the ankle, I think, which he's complaining to the Uruguayan referee about. Wasn't a great deal in it, although it might just have been one of those where Obradovic, only 21, left back with Real Zaragoza, knew exactly what he was doing anyway. He's not too badly injured, Wilkshire, and he carries on without any treatment, and now Krasic shows a bit on this near side. But they couldn't win the ball, Australia, but they have now, and the ball is knocked back, and Bresciano has it. And now the left-back Carney, and Carney lifts it forward, and Bresciano, shaven-headed, has made a run down the left-hand side of the field, comes up against Vidic, though, and doesn't go any further, because Vidic wins the ball, and now Serbia can move it down their right-hand side with Kuzmanovic into a central position. Challenge coming in, it's a good one to take the ball away from Jovanovic, but Jovanovic has continued his run down the left and he's received the ball as Serbia win it back. Angle back in, great opportunity this for Zigic, if he can get it down, still going, gets a shot on target, just over the top, decent effort by Zigic. The ball was knocked back to him, he chested it down and then managed to get a shot in. Laurie Sanchez.
Yeah, no, it's a good break. Jovanovic who's looked dangerous all the game, he's pulled back a ball. Zigic has taken it on his chest, then onto his head, and then volleyed it right foot, and he's just put that over the bar. I mean, good skills, to be fair, for someone of his height. I mean, it's missed the crossbar by about 6 inches, but Jovanovic, as I say, he's caused Australia problems. I mean, Wiltshire got caught upfield there, and the ball was played in behind him, and that caused all the sorts of danger.
Cahill with the cross in from the left-hand side, right-footed, but that's very easy indeed for Stojkovic to take. Waves his players forward.
He's had nothing to do, Stojkovic, really, has he? I mean,
none at all.
He's caught an easy one there. He's had half a shot at him, and that was it.
Zigic wins the header as it's played long down the field by Stojkovic. Now it's with Serbia played in. Zigic is surely a mile offside, just as well, because it saved his blushes, because he couldn't beat the goalkeeper with just Schwarzer to beat there, but maybe the whistle had gone. Will be kind to him. Free kick to Australia. Made the run forward. He could see right across the line. That's disappointing.
He should have done better. I mean, he's looking across the line at the two Australian back defenders, and he's got himself in an offside position because he was ball watching.
Australia well forward here. Shot coming in from the right-hand side from Wiltshire. It rebounds off one of the Serbia players, goes out for a throw-in to Australia on the far side of the field. Parallel with the Serbia penalty area. Thrown in, but disappointingly knocked straight back out of play there. And it'll be a throw-in now to Serbia over on that far side. That's their left-hand side. Zigic has come short for it, turns in field, but he's looked as though he was dispossessed, and in fact he's fouled, and so it's going to be a free kick to Australia.
He's a man mountain, isn't he? I mean,
he is.
You see him, he lumbers a bit though, doesn't he? I mean, because he's so tall, he does lumber.
Yeah.
He's
a bit different from Peter Crouch in that he's better built than Peter Crouch, if you like, in some ways. More of that in just a moment. Here's the free kick being played in. Zigic was in there to deal with it. Comes out again. Shot drilled in. Goes wide of the target. Not a bad effort from Valeri from a position just outside the penalty area. Australia 0, Serbia 0 in the second half. Still Serbia looking the better team in this game, the team more likely to score perhaps. 2 early bookings in the second half for Australia, Beecham and Wiltshire going in the book. The best opportunity falling for Zigic when he shot over after he collected a ball on the left-hand side, controlled it well and just shot over the crossbar. Australia 0, Serbia 0. And Serbia have it on the halfway line. Ball played far side. Knocked back again by Jovanovic. And Australia forced the ball all the way back once more, and it's going to be played back by Obradovic, is it? No, instead it's over to Vidic. Vidic has it. Midway in his own half of the field, just to the right of centre. Krasnic. Played in once again to Krasnic as they try to build. Now Jovanovic on the far side, just outside the penalty area. Got one in front of him. He's gone past him. Jovanovic coming forward, gets to the byline. It breaks off a defender, does it, Beecham, who did a good blocking job in the end. Well, Jovanovic thought he should have had a corner. I did as well, but the referee has given a goal kick.
Yeah, he's gone past it, Wiltshire too easily. Beecham's come across to cover his right back and sees him out of play. I mean, it's good covering by Beecham there, but Wiltshire was beaten too easily, right on the edge of the box. You can't afford to let a left winger go past you that easily.
Well, Serbia in the build-up to these finals lost 1-0 to New Zealand in a warm-up game prior to the tournament, so that no doubt has given Australia a bit of a boost. Emerton, meanwhile, arguing with the linesman on the far side of the field about a decision which he didn't agree with. Serbia have the ball. They're closed down, though. Goes out to play. That'll be a Serbia throw-in on the far side, which Obradovic will take. Quite an experienced team, Australia, all the way around. I think the youngest player in their squad is 24 years of age. So it is a squad which is coming to the end of its natural life, so to speak, and this will be the last chance, certainly for at least 2 or 3 of these Australian players in World Cup finals, as Cahill does well to knock the ball far side, and it's kept in on that far side by Kennedy. Now a cross drilled into the middle, headed away, though, by one of the 2 centre-halves, and that was Lukovic on that occasion. Picked up by Carney, knocked back then into a central position to Valeri. He clips it forward. Once again, Lukovic is there. Shot coming in. There's a late challenge going in, and an awkward one.
Late challenge as well.
Yeah. And the referee is going to bring a yellow card out here, and it's been taken by Ninkovic, so Ninkovic gets yellow carded. The second Serbia player to go into the book.
It's a nasty challenge. He dived in late. I mean, he left his foot up, and he's caught Wiltshire right on the ankle, forcing him to shoot wide to the right of the goal, but gets the free kick. Again, these are the chances that Australia have got to make count. They're not getting forward too easily too often. So when they do get the ball down, they can bring up the big men from the back. They're better headers of a ball. Then they have got to make the delivery count.
Here's Bresciano then. Ball drilled in, and the goalkeeper in the end making probably the first realistic save of the game that he's had to make, Vladimir Stojkovic.
He's confident, Bresciano, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
He's the first one I thought, free kick in the first half, I thought was poor. That one, he's gone for the shot, ran the wall, bent it, and made the goalkeeper have to save.
It's a corner, he's taken it, played in, Vidic heads it up in the air, whacked away by Zigic on the goal line. Carney is back there, and the ball is with Carney, the left back for Australia. Plays it from the halfway line, forward once again. Kennedy battling forward. Vidic wins the header, and the ball in the end humped away down the field for Serbia. Runs all the way through to Schwarzer. He clears to the halfway line. Let's find out about Ghana, Germany then. Our reporter on that one, Nigel Pearson.
Ghana 0, Germany 0. A chance early in the second half, though, for Ghana, similar to the one that Özil had for Germany in the first half. Asamoah threw on goal. He was on his own, but he didn't quite connect with the ball properly, and Neuer was there, the German keeper, to deny him. Another golden opportunity, one for either side. Surely the breakthrough is coming here, but as it stands, it's Ghana 0, Germany 0.
The ball is with Serbia down the right-hand side. Serbia trying to attack through Krasic, goes out of play. Ball thrown backwards by Krasic. This is deep inside the Australia half of the field. On the right side, the blonde-haired Krasic looking to take on Carney. Plays the ball between the two players who are trying to block him out. And now it's the chance for Australia to clear downfield. Good play by Carney. Clips it forward downfield. And I can tell you there's been a breakthrough in the other game. And the goal has been scored by Germany. So Germany lead against Ghana by 1-0. Joachim's love side will go therefore to the top of the table. Here the ball played in by Australia and cleared. And that means that it'll be, if things stay as they are, oh yes, you could guarantee it almost, couldn't you? Germany versus England next Sunday in Bloemfontein. Your thoughts on that, Laurie Sanchez?
Well, it's inevitable, isn't it? That's how we always play at these World Cup finals, isn't it? It's the way of the world. England versus Germany. It's the game that both countries are, well, certainly English fans like to see, and I'm sure German fans like to see, although I'd see it more often because they beat us.
All live, of course, on Talksport. Commentary on every game in the World Cup finals here on Talksport. You're listening to Talksport's digital coverage of the FIFA World Cup 2010. To hear full Ghana against Germany commentary, well, you can tune into our medium wave service. That's on 1089 or 1053 AM. Now, the first substitution of the game. And Krasic is coming off. In fairness, he's done very little. He was much touted before the start of these finals, but he hasn't done very much at all. Scored at Old Trafford for CSKA Moscow last season in a 3-3 draw and had a very good game there, Laurie.
Yeah, I mean, early on he dived. He got that attempted to get that penalty, didn't he? And the crowd took off. Every time he got it thereafter, you could hear the crowd. You could tell it was him because the crowd were booing him like mad.
That's right.
But, he huffed and he puffed a little bit. It'll be interesting to see how this affects them. Now that Germany have scored, I still think Ghana are in pole position, aren't they? Because the goals for, aren't they? Is that the way it goes down to? That's the
situation, yeah, absolutely.
So, they still have to score, I think, Serbia. I mean, if you're the Serbian manager, you're thinking, well, we have got to take one of our chances and win this game, because that will guarantee us getting through.
Now, Australia trying to battle their way forward with Kennedy, but Vidic is equally strong and he boots the ball out of play. Tosic has come on for Serbia, and Krasic is the player who has gone off the field. Zoran Tosic, who joined Manchester United from Partizan Belgrade in January 2009, went out on loan. The ball on this near side though with Lucas, crosses in, left-footed right side, good header. Kennedy tries to get his shot in, cleared away in the end by Vidic high in the air. That was a good bit of pressure by Australia. It was Ivanovic, in fact, who got it away in the end. Went out on to Cologne last season on loan, Tosic.
So it's better pressure now from Australia. I mean, they're lifting their game, and I don't think with the results going the way they are that they've got to, even if they win this game, can they qualify? But they're giving it a go now, which is good.
Absolutely.
Making it difficult for Serbia.
They've won the ball again, and it's shunted through. Bresciano tries a shot, good save, and cleared away. Cahill tried to follow up there, and Cahill complaining about something, I'm not quite sure what, but it was a good piece of defending by Serbia once the goalkeeper had made the save, wasn't it, Laurie?
Yeah, but the great shot from Bresciano. I mean, he's a confident lad, this boy. I mean, he's got a good shot off, two Australian players off, Cahill being one of them. Ivanovic has got back and got his foot in front of Cahill, and that's what Cahill was complaining about, that he felt he contacted him before he cleared the ball.
In fact, he may well have been offside had he put that ball, would have been offside had he put that ball in the back of the net, because he was when the shot came in. Let's hear then, shall we, about that Germany goal against Ghana. Nigel Pearson.
Now Müller tries to take on his man, plays the ball square, edge of the penalty area, and Germany have the lead. Mesut Özil, who missed that sitter in the first half, has given Germany the lead with a wonder strike.
Well, there we go. That was how it happened. The wonder strike. Germany in front. Still Australia 0, Serbia 0 in this one. Serbia on the attack. Maybe the news of that goal has hit Serbia. They need to up things now. That's absolutely for sure. Although I don't suppose the equation has altered very much for them. They've still got to win to go through. If they win, they go through. It's as simple as that. And let me tell you, in that tennis match at Wimbledon, they're going to go into another day, I think. I'm sure they are. Isner against Mahut. It's 58-57. There have been 200 aces in the game, and they've been playing almost 10 hours. Substitution now for Australia. And coming off the field for them is Carl Valeri. And onto the field is Brett Holman. Holman who scored the first goal in the 1-1 draw against Ghana. And Bresciano is coming off the field. That's a bit of a surprise. So another substitution. So he's coming off the field, and Scott Chipperfield is coming on. Scott Chipperfield, 35, and when he started playing football in Australia, he was a semi-professional player, and he was working part-time as a bus driver doing a school route. Not a big name, but he's a very effective player on the left-hand side, normally for Australia. Now Carney going forward, goes between two, gets to the edge of the area. Ball breaks again, and Australia tried to knock it forward once again. Carney's got it once more. He's onside, tries to get his cross in. Its block goes out, and I think it's just gone out for a throw-in. Ivanovic was the player that blocked it.
Surprised Bresciano was taken off. I mean, he looked quite lively. I mean, he's a free kick specialist, and he's just had that shot there that's their best effort of the game. I mean, I am surprised that he's taking him off, but coach knows best. That's always the way.
Yeah.
He sees something that he wants, and he's decided to change it. I mean, he's obviously going to going for the win now. He realises that they probably won't qualify even if they win this game.
No.
It'd be nice to go out with a win.
Absolutely.
And they have, to be fair, second half they have been more at it than the first half. I mean, Serbia, I thought, were in control of the first half, but it has been mostly Australia in the second half of play, which will Radiantic won't be very happy with, because I think he will need to win this game for his team to go through.
Yep, Emerton has just been yellow carded, so Brett Emerton gets a yellow card. Another substitution being made as well. Is it Zigic that's gone off? I think it is.
Zigic has gone off, yes.
Yeah, Zigic has gone off, and he's going to be replaced by the number 9 Marko Pantelic, who had a very disappointing first game in Serbia's World Cup finals, but on here, chance to redeem himself. He joined Ajax last year, and he's been in top form for his club, but he's had 11 clubs altogether. Pantelic, and now Serbia on the attack. Ball crossed in from the left-hand side. Header coming in, goes wide of the target, but only just wide of the target, and it wasn't a bad effort at all as the nod came in and it went wide. And it was a fairly decent effort in the end by Kuzmanovic, I think it was.
It was Kuzmanovic, yeah. Good header, got up. As I say, that was the type of cross that Zigic needed to be thrown in to see what he could do with it. And as I say, that's just about a foot wide of the left, Mark Schwartz's left-hand post. Good effort, good cross.
Now Schwarzer has cleared long downfield from right to left, flicked on by Kennedy, cleared away by Lukovic.
Game's definitely opened a lot more now, and it's end-to-end stuff now.
Yep.
As they say, each team is going for the win now.
Yep.
I think they both realise that a draw is not going to be any good for either of them.
That's right. So Pantelic getting involved straight away, just flicked the ball on there, but it was too far in front of the man he was aiming for. Now player's gone down. It's Cahill, is it? It's gone down under a challenge from Vidic. It wasn't Cahill, in fact, but one of the Australian players was Kennedy, was it?
October.
Ball played in, chance here, header coming in, it's a goal for Australia, and it's been scored by Tim Cahill. 68 minutes gone, ball in from the right-hand side, and the little man who's so effective in the air for club and country has scored for Australia, who lead against Serbia by a 1-0.
Good cross on the right hand side. I mean, I didn't quite see it. Was probably Emerton from that side. He's a good crosser of the ball, and Cahill does what he does best. He gets in front of the defenders, outleaps them, and puts the ball in. Zigic, Vidic outleaps here and puts the ball out in the goalkeeper's right hand corner. Fantastic header.
It wasn't. He was very nearly put off. There was another player who came in front of him just to try to win the ball, but Cahill really had to keep his eye on the ball to direct that one into the goal, and Stojkovic didn't have a chance.
He is a terrific header of a ball, as we've said so many times. The thing is, he's brave. He's prepared to get there and, not just wait for balls to come to his head like Zigic did in the first half. He actually gets across people, and great contact with it. Good control of where it went as well, right inside the post.
Shot coming in from range from Serbia, but that one goes well wide of the target, and that
really does put the cat amongst the pigeons for Serbia, because now they know that they have
their chances disappearing pretty rapidly.
And I thought they would be in pole position. A win today would have got them through probably, no matter what the result of the other group. And now they look as though, they're going to be out of it.
Absolutely. At this moment, it's Germany going through, and it's Ghana that is going through, but now Australia trying to get another here as Cahill battles for it, edge of the Serbia penalty area, and in the end the red shirts scramble the ball away. Jovanovic knocks it back, Emerton goes in, Serbia player goes down, foul given against Everton and for Serbia. Now the group looks like this at the moment. Germany top with 6 points, Ghana next with 4 points, Australia on 4 points, and Serbia on 3. So Serbia who could have gone through here to the next round of the competition, the bottom of the table. But the vital factor as far as Australia are concerned is they're -3 compared to Ghana. So they've got to improve somehow, one way or another, either in goals scored in the other game or goals scored by Australia in this one. They've got to improve by 3 goals, and that's a long shot with 20 minutes to go.
It is. I mean, even if they can close down the goal difference, I mean, they've still got to score 2 or 3 goals themselves to give themselves the goals for, haven't they? So it's still a big ask for them, but they'll be pleased that they're leading, pleased if they can get this win here. It's the first time I think they've beaten European opposition in the World Cup, isn't it?
You're absolutely right, Laurie.
I read that somewhere. I do read my stats somewhere.
They've never won in 5 previous attempts against European opposition in the World Cup finals. In fact, they've lost 4 of those, but they're winning now by a 1-0 against Serbia.
And as I say, after that disappointing first game against Germany, it'd be a nice way to finish the group if you're not going to qualify for the next round by getting a long overdue win against the European opposition.
Yeah, very much so. But Serbia on the attack, trying to work something just outside the area. Played down the right-hand side of the field. They've got plenty of players in here. Turned towards the front post. And the runner in there very nearly turned the ball home from point-blank range. It was Tosic, wasn't it, that got in there?
Yeah. Got in across the near post. In fact, it was the Australian defender cleared it up. Tosic tried to get in for the near post, and the defender got there and put it out for a corner, which Tosic is taking himself.
And flicked on, and it was a good save by Swartzer. It was a flick on by Pantelic, and Swartzer did really well because he came out for it. Pantelic ran just across the front of him, and Swartzer managed to react. Now Tosic again coming in with the corner from the right-hand side, left-footed, cleared away by the Australia defence, but it's back with Serbia, but back in their own half of the field. Tosic, by the way, joining CSKA Moscow next season, leaving Manchester United. Ball high into the Australia penalty area, but a little stun header by Lucas knocks it back to his goalkeeper. Well, Radi Antic knows now his team in the 18 minutes remaining plus added time has got to get 2 goals to have a chance of going through. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, as I say, I mean, you would have started the day thinking, well, we win here, we're through. The last thing they thought would they'd be losing to Australia. And Australia could score more because they're rampaging a little bit now.
They're coming forward, shot coming in from Reg. Great goal by Australia. Fantastic strike. A brilliant strike from 30 yards out. And Australia are well in this, and it's Brett Holman gets a 2nd goal of the tournament, a first in this game, and the Aussie fans believe, and how they believe. Australia 2, Serbia 0. Will the impossible happen?
Yeah, great pick up from the middle of the field. Little flick inside from Cahill, I think it's to Holman, and he runs 20 yards, but everybody stands off him. All the defenders stand off him. He shoots. Vidic turns his back away from it, opens himself up, and he puts it right inside Stojkovic's right hand post. You know, great strike from about 25 yards. And Australia, you know, they'll be thinking now, can we get enough goals to get us through here?
The fans will be believing. They've gone crazy inside the stadium at Nelsbrook, and Serbia rocked on their heels now. They look as though they're going out of this competition for sure. Can Australia pull off their impossible dream? Cross coming in by Stankovic from the right-hand side from Serbia, and Jovanovic chases it. It goes out of play. Throw into Serbia. Well, the goal difference now, -2. Germany could do them a favour by getting another one against Ghana. We'll keep you across that. They're still leading Germany by 1-0 against Ghana. But now Vidic, Cahill, or rather somebody was complaining, it was Holman in fact complaining he was foul there, and Serbia have it, and they come forward down the field. It's Lukovic who plays it left side. Will they be able to keep this in? It's played in towards Jovanovic, a slice in the air by Beecham, but the goalkeeper comes out to save him, and Swartzer takes it into his chest.
I think they need to score another goal at least, and hope that Germany perhaps come back against Ghana and get a 2nd goal, which will make it pretty much even then, I think, won't it?
Yeah.
It'll be very close.
It'll be interesting. I don't know whether when you got your degree at university it was in mathematics or not, Laurie, but I'm certainly not an expert as far as that's concerned. We'll leave that to the others, the powers that be. All we know is that Australia have got to get at least one more goal in this game, and then hope as well Germany might be able to help them out. Pantelic is fouled. Kalina didn't think so, but it's a free kick to Serbia. With 15 minutes of this game to go, Australia leading by 2-0. Tosic has it. Tries to go past the defender. Well, that was no foul. Tosic there ran straight into Carney. But the little Serbian has fooled them. And it's a free kick here to Serbia in a really dangerous position for Australia.
They'll be thinking back of those 4 goals they conceded against Germany, won't they?
Won't they just, Laurie? Yeah, absolutely.
In that first game, I mean, how it comes back and bites you at the end of the day. And could have been more, actually, that day, couldn't it?
Yeah, it could have been. All sorts of pushing and shoving going on as we wait for this free kick to come in, left-footed from the right-hand side. Angled in, dealt with, though, by Australia. They had the ball away, but everybody is back defending. Now they push out. Shot coming in from range, well wide of the target. Goal kick to Australia. You're listening to Graham Beecroft and Laurie Sanchez. Australia 2, Serbia 0 on Talksport with Nivea for Men, proud supplier to the England team. Well, the Holman strike, everybody, as you said, Laurie, backed off, and he just drilled it into the corner, and the goalkeeper was nowhere near it.
I mean, 2 centre-halves have allowed him to run at them and just kept going backwards and backwards. Neither of them have decided to go and confront him, and in the end of the day, he said, well, I'm close enough now, I'll have a shot. And when he did shoot, Vidic has pulled his body out of the way rather than taking a hit.
Another substitution here for Serbia. More of that in a moment. They're attacking Australia left side. Holman tries to angle it back, wins it. Goal kick. Well, Vidic knew that was a corner kick and was marching back to take up his position. The goalkeeper didn't recognise it, and they've taken the goal kick quickly. And the ball will be played long from left to right for Serbia. Flicked on, Pantelic. Was he offside there? No, the flag stays down. Pantelic knocks the ball to the side. Takes a return here. In fact, he tried to take the return. It was just too far in front of him, and the ball has been cleared off Pantelic's legs, and it goes out, and it's going to be a goal kick to Australia.
Frustration is shown in the Serbian players. I mean, this game has got away from them in a very short space of time. 5 minutes, 2 goals. A game they thought they were in charge of in the first half, and suddenly now they know they're on their way home, I think.
Kuzmanovic has gone off and Lazovic has come on for Serbia. So Lazovic is on the field for Serbia as the coach tries everything to turn this around. But Australia have really got the tails up here. Lovely piece of play by Chipperfield. Plays it over on the right-hand side. Clipped in by Wiltshire. Ball played forward. Oh, and the big centre forward there tried to knock the ball, and had he won that, Kennedy, there were runners alongside him. Here's Holman, scorer of the second Australian goal, clips it far side. Asking too much though, Wiltshire. Ball goes out of play. Goal kick to Serbia.
You look at the bodies in the box. In the first half, there was a lone, Kennedy was up there by himself, Miles isolated completely there. When they were breaking, there was 4 people in the box waiting for the cross to come in. They think there's another goal in it. They believe they can get another goal, and then they'll have to leave it down to Germany to do their bit for them.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, they've got to be careful they don't get open up the other end.
Yes, because here's Pantelic, and the ball breaking off Lucas and then breaking back off Pantelic, so it's gone out for an Australia goal kick.
To be fair, they have to go for it though. I mean, yes, they might give a goal away, but the only way they're going to score a third goal is by throwing everything at it for these last 10, 15, 12, 13, 14 minutes they're going to have.
Yeah.
And if they do concede one, that is the price they're going to have to pay, but there's no benefit in just sitting on a 2-0, because it is not going to be enough. 3 will make it very interesting for everybody concerned.
Ball is with Serbia.
There's a bounce in their step there, aren't they? They're first to everything now. I mean,
Absolutely.
First half, it was all Serbia. Serbia controlled the ball. Serbia were first to the challenge. Now, it's Australia. The yellow and green seem to be all over the park.
Ball is over on the far side. Chance for the cross to come in from Serbia. It's cleared away by the Australian defence. Drilled in again. Then belted away by Beecham. Serbia win it back. Tosic has it on this near side, left-footed, turns into a central position, looks to go one way and then the other, then lays it off to Stankovic. Plenty of yellow and green shirts back there, but Stankovic makes his way forward, crosses low, cut out then by Beecham, he looks to slide the ball forward and does to Cahill. Cahill turns in a central position. He's got a player free on the right-hand side. Plenty of runners here for Australia. Ball played in. Looking for Kennedy. That's too close to the goalkeeper.
Too early. I mean, they're rushing it now. He looks like he's pulled his groin there, Wilshere, with that cross, but they are rushing it. I mean, they've won the ball. People are flying forward, and they're trying to get the ball in, almost from the halfway line. He's crossed that, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has.
And I think he's struggling a little bit. He's holding his groin.
He is. And that's a difficulty now for Australia. Ball is on the left-hand side with Holman. Holman on his right foot, clips it in, looking for the runners inside the area. Chipperfield was in there. Obradovic went down. Chipperfield, I think, belted his back of his head with his head, which is pretty painful, let me tell you. The ricochet will be going all the way around Obradovic's skull from that one. But it's Australia with their tails up here. Now Serbia on the attack.
Great tackle.
Great tackle in the centre of the field. I think it was Chipperfield who was back working hard again there. Ball flicked on by Cahill, inviting Kennedy to run. It wasn't a good touch, in fairness. Kennedy didn't have a chance of getting that one, and the ball is cleared down the field by Stojkovic. Looked like another foul, which was the referee given that one, and
Wilshere's down. I think he's off his knees.
He is, and Garcia is going to come on, the Hull City player here. So Garcia about to come on. It's his groin. And in fact, as he went to cross that, he'd struggled, but that was why the cross was so bad, Laurie, because he was struggling as he was racing for that ball.
Yeah, he pulled his groin in the run, didn't he?
He just had to get rid of it, yeah. So Garcia of Hull City is on for Australia, and Luke Wiltshire is off.
I can't see him playing again in this competition if they do progress.
No, even if they do.
Not with that, unfortunately.
Too little time to recover. 9 minutes to go. Australia 2, Serbia 0. Still not good enough for Australia. They need more goals, Australia. Or they need a favour from Germany. Still leading Germany by 1-0, but Ghana having a lot of possession in that game. Now Tosic coming forward. Serbia have got men forward here. Ball lifted forward down the field, but the two centre-halves have done really well for Australia. Beecham and Neal, they've been pretty well organised, and they've kept together the whole of the game, Laurie, haven't they?
They've done very well. I mean, it's surprising how poor they were in that first game defensively against Germany. If they'd have been as tight as they are today, they'd be qualifying. Those 4 goals have really cost them. If they stopped 2 of those goals, they'd been qualifying.
Emerton racing down the right, but the pass to him isn't good enough. And it'll be Serbia who collect it. They don't let it run over the line. They're just trying to push forward and get the goals, which might make a difference for them yet. But they've got plenty to do here.
But Serbia are shell-shocked, as you've just seen from their fans there. I mean, they don't know what's hit them here. This wasn't a game they're expecting to be losing.
No, definitely not.
They're thinking at worst a draw and perhaps see how the other result went. But at this moment in time, it's gone away from them big time.
It sure has. Germany topping the table with 7 points. Serbia have got 4 points. Australia have got 5 points. Ball played in, drilled in. It's a good one, it's a chance, and it's a goal. Serbia have got one back, and it's Pantelic. Shot coming in, and that time Schwarzer couldn't hold it as he stooped down in front of him. It was a sitter for Pantelic, and he didn't give it up. He just knocked it into the back of the net. Accepted very gratefully indeed. Lovely shot from Tosic coming in from the left-hand side. Well, spilled by Schwarzer, and it was a sitter. It
was spilled, but as we've seen with this ball, if it bounces in front of you, it's very difficult to get hold of. And it's bounced off him, and Pantelic has come in and probably scored the goal that's sent both these teams home.
Yep, that's right, because it makes it more difficult in terms of goals scored for Australia. Shot coming in, blocked.
Disappointing for Schwarzer there. He's been, first half he kept him in the game with his saves, and that one, it was a shot. I mean, Tosic is coming onto his left foot. He's shooting again here.
Shooting again and again. It was right down at Schwarzer's feet, but that time he held it, although Pantelic again was running in to see if there was anything that he could pick up.
But what you would say to people is, with this ball, is if you're going to shoot, make sure you bounce it in front of the goalkeepers, because if it does bounce in front of the goalkeepers, there's ricochets and all sorts happening, isn't there, as we've seen all through the competition.
Absolutely. Just to let you know, in the game at Wimbledon, play has been suspended because of bad light. 59 games all. Here a chance for Pantelic. He puts it home, but the flag is up for offside. It won't count. Well, the Serbians thought they'd got an equaliser there, which could make all the difference. They haven't. 5 minutes to go. It's still Australia 2, Serbia 1.
Turned into a great game in the second half, this, hasn't it? Flowed from end to end. I mean, it's a very tight call. I mean, yes, inches, and he took it well, to be fair. He got onto it, chested it down and put it away nicely.
Absolutely.
But again, it's ebbed and flowed. Now it's Serbia look as though they're going to get a second goal and perhaps hope that Ghana perhaps pull Germany back.
Yep, fans are desperately hoping they can do exactly that. Now, Australia on the attack. The ball goes out over on the far side of the field. Can they get anything from this? It's a throw-in which has been taken.
Foul throw at that.
Yeah, there was, and certainly was a foul throw, but the referee hasn't penalised them. The group stands like this. Germany 6 points, Ghana 4 points, Australia 4 points, Serbia 3 points, but there's still, Ghana have got a 3-goal advantage in terms of goal difference.
To be fair, Serbia have got more chance of going through now, haven't they? If they were to get the equaliser. I mean, it's amazing how this can ebb and flow in the course of one half of football.
Yeah. Serbia on the attack again. Ball crossed low into the middle. Blocked by Beecham. He clears downfield. Now Australia. Ball angled forward towards Kennedy. Brings it down. Great chance for Kennedy. Wide of the target. He couldn't find the target, the big man. Joshua Kennedy. He had a little bit of luck there.
Pulled off the back of Lukovic.
Yeah.
Brought the ball down quite well, but he hasn't caught hold of the shot, and he's screwed it wide of Stankovic's right-hand post. I mean, that's a let-off there. Did well, to be fair, the big man. Pulled away, then brought it down in front of Lukovic and got his shot off as Lukovic was tackling him. It's a great second half.
It is a great second half. It's been very, very exciting indeed. Nerve-wracking. Well, nerve-wracking for us, never mind if you're an Australia fan. It must have been thrilling for them, and indeed for Serbia as well, who are on the attack again. Serbia coming forward now. Shot coming in, but that was hopelessly wide of the target by Lazovic. Went down on his knees, and everything seemed to be opening up for the 27-year-old, but it was well wide of the target, and the time ticking away.
Ran out of ideas. They came in from the left, saw the shot was opening up, but the ball ran away from him, and he stretched with the shot and hit the corner flag, I think.
Yeah.
Serbian fans not very impressed with that shot.
So the group, Germany 6 points, Ghana 4 points, Australia 4 points, but 3 goals worse off than Ghana. And Serbia, well, if they were to get a goal here,
they'd qualify.
They would qualify.
They'd qualify in the goals for, wouldn't they?
They would qualify on the basis of they would have scored 3 goals and Ghana would have scored 2, so they would be going through.
They'll be kicking themselves, Serbia, at the end of this game if that's what they go out on, because they were so much in control of this game. But as I said in the first half, if you don't take your chances when you're in control, then you always know that it's going to come back and bite you, and it has come back and bit them big time.
Throw in for Brett Emerton. Throws it on. Flicked on by Kennedy. Cahill jumps for it. Ball up in the air. Will it go behind for a corner? No, Kennedy is battling for it. On the right edge of the area. Lobs it into the middle. They're still hunting in Australia in there. Holman was in there. Cleared away. Was it handball? No, says the referee. Tosic has it now for Serbia. Slides it forward to Jovanovic, who's in a centre-forward position. Driving towards the goal. Plenty of Australians back, though. Ball then played right side, drilled into the middle, and well cleared by Beecham, who was there again, but it comes back. Still a chance here for Serbia as the ball is played in once more by Lazovic. Goes behind. That's a corner.
Poor cross in the first place. Should have done better with the cross. Got wide. Great opportunity to get the ball in the box, and he's hit the first man again. I mean, the quality of crossing has been hit and miss in this whole competition, to be fair. You see some great crossing, you see some very, very poor crossing.
Here's the corner from Jovanovic. Vidic gets a header in, appeals for handball, knocked behind. Another corner, surely. Vidic is screaming at the Uruguayan referee. Handball, he says. Was it? We've got a replay here. Let's have a look.
No.
Well, accidental, and Cahill didn't know where the ball was. He wasn't even looking at the ball. It did hit his arm, but he was only but less than a yard away.
It just shows Cahill's marking Vidic, isn't it? It just shows how good in the area he is. And Vidic has got behind him, headed the ball. He's gone over the top of Cahill, headed the ball back, and it's hit the back of Cahill's arm.
There's the corner, played in, headed away by Australia, though.
One goal will make all the difference, and that's out.
That looked as though it was out, but play on, says the referee.
Ball definitely went out.
Serbia coming forward. Tosic throws a shot well over the top.
Got all the men in the box. He tries to shoot from 25 yards to be a hero.
We're into added time. As it stands at the moment, Australia and Serbia are going out. Germany and Ghana are going through, and England will be playing Germany in the next game.
I can understand why Vidic called for it, because it was clearly hit his hand, but hit the back of his hand, and he knew nothing about it, so you could hardly call it deliberate.
No.
And Radiantic is running up and down the touchline, thinking, what if?
Absolutely.
One goal will get them through, I think. One will definitely put them through, won't it?
It would. They just need a goal.
We saw America come late, didn't we, this afternoon? So
3 minutes of added time as well. We're into that as well. In fact, we've almost had a minute of it. Vidic has got it now for Serbia. He'll just hump it up there, surely, but it's a terrible ball, and it's been given to Australia. But the ball forward towards Kennedy. One back again. Vidic does well. Tosic now going down the right-hand side, plays it further over on the right-hand side to Lazovic. Lazovic crosses the ball into the middle, far post, header down, stands chance for Serbia as the now knocked away by Chipperfield.
Unbelievable. Great finish to the game. Why Vidic is at the back when they've got a free kick right at the back? I'd have him right playing centre forward by this stage of the game.
Here's Jovanovic, tries to get the cross in. Blocked. Jovanovic again near the corner flag, far side. Played in from the left-hand side, headed away that time. And Australia on the counter-attack here. And it's Kennedy who has it. Vidic is with him. Ball played into the centre-forward position. It's Holman. Cahill is there. Here's Tim Cahill. He can't get there. And Stojkovic comes out and clears downfield.
This is the literal end-to-end football, isn't it?
It's schoolboy stuff. It's like you used to play in the playground and it went from one end of the field to the other and nobody bothered about defending. They just humped the ball up and down the field.
I think the referee's given a foul throw there as well. They're so keen to get the ball back in play that he's foul throwed it. And they're back in again.
And here's Serbia now. Ball played into the middle. Great chance, and Pantelic has missed a sitter with a capital S. That would have put Serbia through. I'm sure Pantelic was onside, and he has missed a sitter. And it'll be Serbia and Australia who'll be going out.
Well, he's offside, isn't he?
He was just offside.
He was offside, but he's claiming he wants the ball. It bounced up to him and he wanted the ball played flat to him so he could put it in, but
it
at this
wasn't
level,
that easy in fairness again, but it was one he should have taken.
At this level you've got to score those, certainly if you want to be in the last 16 in the World Cup. Tremendous second half.
We've got 15 seconds remaining.
Get it in the box.
Ball is with Lazovic. Lazovic coming forward.
No.
But it's won back by Australia, and Carney brings it away for Australia. Racing forward down the field. Still Carney. Cahill making an overlap. Cahill has got it now. It's not Cahill. It is a chance, though. It's Beecham. The ball saved. Ball knocked into a central position. This is Cahill. Tries to lift it forward. Serbia block it. The referee looking his whistle. He's about to blow any moment. He has blown. Australia have beaten Serbia by 2-1, but they are out of the competition, as are Serbia, and it'll be Germany and Ghana who will go through.
It's unusual to see a game where at the final whistle, when you've won the game, neither team jump up, do they? They both realise they've knocked each other out. Serbia will be kicking themselves. But for those 2 goals, one of those goals, they'd have got a draw would have been enough in the end of the day to get them through, and they've blown it. Australia have won against a European team for the first time, so good for them, but if they must be thinking back, if we hadn't conceded 4 goals in that first game, how close could we have been?
Well, what a game of football it was in the end. It wasn't a one of high merit in terms of quality, but in terms of excitement, the way things were going one way and the other, it certainly was. Germany, by the way, have won. They've won by 1-0 against Ghana. Radiantric is coming on and arguing with the referee, I think, about that handball. It won't make any difference whatsoever. The referee has made the decision, and he made the right decision. And so Australia have beaten Serbia by 2-1, but all to no avail. And you just wonder, Laurie, those chances when Serbia was so much on top in the first 45 minutes. They had those opportunities. Ivanovic, great save by Schwarzer, but then Zigic heading wide from an absolute sitter. How very, very costly that was.
you have got to take your opportunities. When you have the upper hand, you do need to take them, and if you don't, that's what happens. You lose the game, you lose your chance of going through to the last 16. All that qualifying, those 2 years of qualifying, no matter how well they are, they finish because you didn't take your opportunities when you had them.
Well, you've been listening to a thrilling game here. It's finished Australia 2, Serbia 1 on Talksport with Marston's pedigree. England has it. And just to underline the way it went in the second half, Cahill's header from Wiltshire's cross made it 1-0 to Australia. And then Brett Holman made it 2-0 with a shot from 35 yards out. Pantelic, the substitute for Serbia, gave them hope to make it 2-1. And near the end, Pantelic, who was offside, had the opportunity to do even better. But it was too little too late in the end for Serbia, who had those opportunities to win the game, but have paid for the fact that they couldn't take them. It's finished here. Australia 2, Serbia 1.